head.
So, Glich'e Gaming, we all remember this guy, right?
So do you think that was good footage?
I've been thinking about making this video for quite a long time now, so I think I'm ready to cover Glich'e Gaming. If you watched my last video about Undertale, you would know that I have some stuff to say about Glich'e Gaming. He's a channel that I've watched since I was a little kid, so me making a video about him is more special than ever. Not a lot of people actually know who Glich'e Gaming was, even though he was like one of the most popular gmod YouTubers around in the 2014-2015 era on YouTube. That's probably a good thing though. Some of you probably know him from actually watching the channel yourself, or watching him from Pyrocynical, which we will talk about later. This kid had a fucking chokehold on everybody in the 2010s because the Gmod content he made was very popular with almost 10 million views. Sanic Shark with 10 million views. I will never get this in my entire life.
I want to shrink you so bad.
There was loads of iconic videos that you've probably watched too on your feed of just classic videos from Glich'e Gaming, like for example, Jake.
No.
The continuous Five Nights at Freddy's Gmod content farm, and the endless Sanic Chase videos. This guy was the original Sanic Chase clone guy. Fuck Miss Breezy, fuck everybody. This was the original guy. Maybe I should talk about the start of his channel rather than nostalgia or the continuous Five Nights at Freddy's Gmod content farm shit that he did. Glich'e Gaming created his channel on September 9th of 2014 by starting off making Minecraft content. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everybody did the same shit, even Undertale. He actually did start Gmod content relatively earlier than like Miss Breezy or Undertale, so he's pretty much the OG. Besides SMG4. Don't touch my spaghetti, bitch. Glich'e would often do fuck all or just do anything else besides actually be entertaining. He would often do the same stuff like the continuous Five Nights at Freddy's content stuff and running away from Sanic, but he would stray away from that kind of content and do something else like Teletubby Mafia.
Twins, can I touch you?
Is Shakespeare really dead? Him doing the same stuff over and over again would actually gain him a lot of success, gaining him around 10,000 subscribers in November of 2014 around FNAF 2's release, which is pretty cool. Even though he was getting a lot of success and probably money as well, I do have to admit that these videos kind of felt stale and really boring around 2016 is what I would say, that his content just got a lot boring. I bet a bunch of Pyrocynical fans would agree. I'm just saying, there's only so many times you can run away from PNGs or have a parasocial relationship with Sanic before it becomes very just annoying or just stale. That's probably just me talking, but I got really sick of it around 2017. Don't get me wrong, I still loved his content. I watched other videos too besides Gmod like Octodad, and didn't Markiplier play this one too?
I'm taking it home. You happy about that? Or I'm taking...
On the side note, I absolutely loved the videos that weren't Gmod related and it was just him playing different games. It actually felt refreshing and nuanced and just new. I felt at peace. He is a gaming YouTube channel. I mean, it's in his name, but let's just be honest, 90% of his catalog is full of Gmod content, and then the 10% is just full of other stuff. But it's okay, Glich'e. I still love all the videos. Most.
That's me sucking off the grease off my tit.
One thing that I've always wondered is how the fuck did he get away with the screaming? He yells Bloody Mary every single chance he gets in every single one of these videos, and his parents don't take away his computer or anything like that. The amount of noise complaints he gets from his neighbors must be fucking immaculate. He's stacking papers more than Mario's house payments. There's been speculation that this guy might have autism or ADD or ADHD, but I honestly think it's all three combined and above. From what I've seen from a document about Glich'e Gaming, he would usually do all the yelling and like recording videos in his house when he was usually alone. At least that's what I think so, which it does explain that. But I don't think that explains probably the noise complaints that are higher than Marvin's house payment. Now this fucker's too busy at DigiPen to actually give a shit about his channel and leaves like 1 year updates. Yeah, who the fuck do you think you are?
Sexy bear.
Or maybe gay. I don't know. This guy had a weird infatuation with like moaning and saying some weird stuff. For some fucking reason, I thought older Glich'e kind of sounded and acted like older young Sheldon or Sheldon Cooper. I don't know why. Did I like seeing Glich'e do weird shit and saying the most weirdest shit and moaning at the speed of sound? Yes, absolutely. I loved all of it. I was maybe like 6 or 7 years old when I watched all of his content back then, and looking at it now, it hasn't really changed all too much, and that could just be me getting older, but looking at it now is a little cringy but yet charming in a way. Around 2016 is when I would say that Glich'e started doing really good for himself, probably for all the right and wrong reasons. You could say the same for Vannosgaming at the time or Miss Breezy, but Glich'e Gaming definitely had a chokehold on Xbox, and clearly some of the numbers showed. If you told me I have to choose between Miss Breezy and Glich'e Gaming, I would still choose Miss Breezy because she's actually cool and I like her content, and plus she's trans too, which is, I fucking love trans people.
Being really sexist and perverted towards the DDLC girls.
Never have I ever watched a Glich'e Gaming video and felt that it's just kind of the same and there's actually nothing going on. Even though I was young back then and stupid, I wasn't dumb, if that makes any sense, and I realized that the content was getting really stale, even though he was doing that for 2 years, and clearly other people noticed as well. So around the end of 2015, Pyrocynical made a video called YouTube Kids, and it was just basically calling Glich'e Gaming cringe and stuff like that. It was around the end of 2015, so of course people were going to be edgy or say the most diabolical shit to kids or neurodivergent people, and Glich'e Gaming was no exception. This video actually did do some damage to Glich'e because he kind of just reconsidered what he was even doing on YouTube, despite him being a kid and only doing this stuff for fun. In an archived video, you can see that Glich'e is visibly upset from the stuff that transpired in Pyrocynical's video.
Last night, I was just so depressed. Like, I was thinking hard about why I have failed and what people actually like. And, you know, I've realized that I know why, because I'm not creative.
By the way, Glich'e was at least 11 or 12 when he made this video, and he's talking about not being creative and going down the dark path of life or something like that. He was just a kid. He definitely did kind of blow this out of proportion, but I did think that Pyrocynical made an apology or something along the lines of that. I don't know, I couldn't find anything of the sorts. Why would I want to find anything from this guy? Oh no, maybe check his hard drive. Glich'e's YouTube channel was affected by this, but only for a couple of weeks before the numbers went back to normal. Basically, his videos were just dislike bombed and a lot of hate comments were coming his way until it just kind of fizzled out and everybody forgot in the upcoming weeks until nothing. But Glich'e didn't forget. Glich'e kind of did went through a period about changing his content to 2016 to about 2018. And it was definitely that driving motivation to change up his content and to appeal to everybody that he started making actually good content. No, don't get me wrong, there was definitely still a lot of videos that kind of felt the same, but every new entry kind of felt different in a way. He was slowly changing up his content and to be a bit more, let's say, edgy.
I'm going to tear off bits of your skin and knit them together with your veins and tendons to create flesh condoms, which I will then use to rape you with.
What? He would strive to make content kind of like his dissenters, unironically like Pyrocynical, but in his own way. Yeah, he would do the same stuff here and there, but with a little bit more comedy and a lot of editing. He would make one-off gaming videos like he used to, like Bendy and the Ink Machine and Cuphead. Now, I would have to admit that it's a little bit trend hoppy, but what channel is without it? I'm saying that when I made these things right here. During this time, I would say his golden age was around 2017 and 2018. That's when I watched his content the most, and the most memorable videos from that era as well. Even though he was still doing the same stuff for about 3 to 4 years, he was at least still interesting and actually added flair to his videos, unlike Miss Breezy. And it looked like Glich'e finally found his rhythm, something he can make while pleasing everybody. It felt like something he was happy with and something he wanted to keep doing. You can smell the foreshadowing from a mile away, can't you? So, around this time, Glich'e was dealing with some stuff behind the scenes, which was basically just burnout, and just mental health stuff. It was still from the fact that Pyrocynical made that video about him all those years ago, and he was still being affected by it while also having mental health related stuff at the same time. In a deleted Q&A video done by Glich'e that is now archived by Sanic, somebody who's also made a video about Glich'e Gaming before me, Glich'e would basically say that he was dealing with a lot of mental health issues and thinking about quitting YouTube around the time Pyrocynical made that video about him. He would go on record in the Q&A to say that he would delete and re-upload and delete and re-upload videos around this time because he felt unsure about his mental state and the future of his YouTube channel.
Stop because YouTube was starting to become like a thing that was just causing me so much stress and so much but it caused me a lot of problems. It was the source of my problems that I was dealing with in 2016 2017, I feel. And not you guys solely, it's just like all around doing YouTube was becoming very stressful because I was starting to be more self-aware about numbers, and I was starting to worry about all that stuff, and while those are valid things to worry about, it started to bleed into the content that I was making. I was making videos talking about the subject, like singular videos dedicated to the topic, and then obviously I would upload videos, then I would delete them, then I would upload them again, delete them, and it was like a cycle. It was a really exhausting cycle that I was experiencing. It was really bad actually for me.
But somehow Glich'e got back up on his feet. After the FNAF Ultimate Custom Night video, you can tell that there was definitely a shift in the channel. Definitely with the content and the branding, but not the person itself. You can tell that he really just didn't care anymore and just wanted to make YouTube videos for himself. He didn't really care about views necessarily or subscribers anymore. He just cared about being himself on the channel, and I think he just works best at that. Even though his numbers dwindled over time, his content didn't. In fact, it actually kept improving. He was funnier, the jokes became even more bolder, even though that was kind of his running theme ever since he was a little kid. And he finally played other games that wasn't Gmod. Yes, he was still playing Gmod frequently, but you can't really expect him to alienate his fan base when he has an 800,000 subscriber YouTube channel, unlike somebody who clearly doesn't care. You kind of have to praise him a little bit because most people, whenever they reach a milestone on YouTube or they're just sick of YouTube's bullshit, they just kind of disappear or just retire. Well, Glich'e is still here. Even though, yes, those years were kind of a big stain on his YouTube channel and mental health, in return, it did make him stronger, whatever that bullshit main character monologue shit is. But I'm still happy what Glich'e managed to accomplish. Now he attends DigiPen trying to make video games and make stories, and I think that's honestly pretty cool. Something I should probably be doing and moving on with my life instead of doing this bullshit. Although it has been almost 2 years since Glich'e has made a video, and he said he was going to return 2 times. I don't know when he's going to return. I don't think anybody knows, but when he does, I think it would honestly be a special thing. Or fucker's too busy having a parasocial relationship with Sanic the fucking hot dog.
I want to shrink you so bad.
Watching his content now kind of feels like seeing an ex from middle school that you forgot long ago. It feels like fucking Obito from Naruto. Like, is that you, Obito?
Is that you? Obito?
I just can't believe this guy made everybody's childhoods back then when he was a child himself, and now people are calling him the OG ISO Speed. Are you fucking kidding me? And that's pretty much the end of Glich'e Gaming. He's kind of just been forgotten by everybody, and nobody really remembers him. Lost in the sands of time. Yep, there you go. It's kind of surreal in a way that seeing somebody that I've grew up watching is just doing bigger and better things now. I think is way too busy for YouTube. Even though a lot of people probably forgot about this guy or don't really care, Glich'e Gaming means a lot to me. He was one of the first gaming YouTubers I ever watched besides Markiplier and DanTDM and Stampy and stuff like that, but he will always hold a special place in my heart. And the only other thing that I have to say about this guy is that
We're gonna have a little gangbang. We're gonna have some fun.
Hey, it's me, Afro, or Afrolistic. It's been quite a long time since I did these end card things. I don't know how this necessarily works. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have criticism and stuff like that, just, give it to me in my socials or in the comment section whenever I check those once in a blue moon. I just wanted to come here and say that I will most likely be doing 2 uploads a month again like I did last year. Since YouTube's algorithm isn't treating me all too well right now, in the Venturian Tale video. I don't know how well that's doing right now, but I checked that like a week ago. Shit was not that good, so I might as well just do two a month again, because I just want to stay occupied. Yeah, thank God I'm not actually recording a video right now. I'm just doing the end card, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be doing 2 videos a month now, so you should be looking forward to videos pretty much bi-weekly again. I don't know, subscribe or something. I don't fucking do these end card things. I don't ask people to subscribe. That's kind of a scummy thing to do, so I don't know. Have a bad day, and Glich'e Gaming, if you're watching, notice me, senpai.
Suicide bomb. Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ, boobs!